Well, if you blinked, you probably missed that SCUF actually finally launched their PlayStation 5 Pro controller known as the Reflex. And it was live for not very long at all and sold out very, very rapidly. It is very expensive, and I've got to question, I mean, look, next generation stuff is always going to be expensive. The way the world is with technology, honestly, is getting more expensive. The next generation consoles are more expensive. The list goes on. I guess it only makes sense that controllers want their piece of the action too. The question you got to ask yourself is how much are you willing to pay for these capabilities? Now, I'm going to be drawing a lot of comparisons to my tried and true Xbox Elite controller. I am now using the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. I was fortunate enough to pick up the limited edition Halo Infinite variant. But other than the skin on it, they are identical between that and the Elite Series 2. I definitely love this controller. The question is, does this compare to it? We're going to find out right now. Understand the first drop is sold out. They do offer a mailing list to let you know when they'll be back in stock. I am very certain there are probably social media accounts on Twitter with people constantly pinging when the site's going to go live. So if you're really a diehard fan and you really need to get one, I would recommend going there and just searching for this name. Search SCUF Reflex or SCUF Tracker. I'm sure there's somebody out there who is dedicating their life or a bot to helping you get one if you want one. Now, it comes in three different variants. You have the Reflex starting at 200, the Reflex Pro starting at 229, and the Reflex FPS starting at 259. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Reflex first. And the reason why is because the other two kind of build off of this one. So I believe these are three. Oh, I think it's going to open. Oh, that's cute. There we go. It did actually open. I'm very happy. All right. Simple minds, simple pleasures. SCUF Reflex, $199. You got two colors. You got white and you got black. Well, let me click on the black one. Oh, that's okay. Or the white one. Colors, whatever. Meet SCUF Reflex, engineered to live up to its name, featuring 4 removable rear remappable paddles, 3 configuration profiles, adaptive triggers, and interchangeable thumbsticks. Reflex is our most innovative PlayStation controller yet. So just on the surface, by looking at this photo, which I will totally blow up for you guys if you're like me, you're blind as a bat. The form factor, obviously, these guys basically gut PlayStation controllers and put their own spin on them with some other branding. So the D-pad, the share button, the options button, the face buttons, which have been blacked out, the PlayStation button's been replaced by home. Everything about it, even the kind of the grips on the back, are all, at least at the top, I should say, are very stock. This isn't anything original or new. What you're really paying for on a SCUF controller is this back button attachment. This is what makes them elite. This is what allows you to keep your fingers across the back so that you never have to remove your right thumb. You're actually never going to use the face buttons. They're totally for show. That's probably why they're blacked out. I would actually love a Pro controller that didn't even have face buttons, just a flat piece of material. I think that'd actually be really cool. But you're never going to take your right thumb off this grip because you're going to use your middle and ring fingers on the back here to simulate your 4 sacred symbols buttons. And since it is remappable, if you wanted to, you could remap these to a duplicate R1 or an R2 or an options button or D-pad up, down, left, or right if you so desired. I think most people just typically take the 4 face buttons here and put them on the back, but it's customizable. It could be whatever you want it to be, right? And here's some little promo art and pictures of people holding it and showing how fancy it is. The big feature, as I mentioned, is the remappable paddles. Built from the ground up for faster response times, these paddles on the Reflex are ergonomically positioned for natural feel and optimum performance. Assign actions by remapping them to any one of the 4 paddles to keep your thumbs on the sticks for faster reaction and gameplay. It also includes a profile switcher, which allows you to save up to 3 different mappings, which is nice. You just press a button, and you can, if you have like a racing variant, control variants, or like an action adventure game or a first person shooter, you don't have to keep remapping everything. You just press the button and the 3 profiles are saved. And then I guess there's a little LED to indicate which profile you currently have active. Lastly, the adaptive triggers, as you know, PlayStation does support adaptive triggers to allow you to make the resistance levels more or less. Typically, you have like a halfway down click. Returnal does this very well. Ratchet and Clank does this very well, where you have like a dual fire type mode. On the surface, this is exactly what the Elite controller does. The difference with the Elite controller, and we'll move on to the other 2 in a second, but just to complete the thought on this one. The Elite controllers, paddles on the back are all magnetically clipped on and off. They can be replaced. They do sell replacement kits. They sell different vendors, have like Power A sells like a Halo kit or a Gears of War kit, which does give you different D-pad, which gives you different thumb grips, which just pull off magnetically and gives you a different back. I personally like that solution significantly more than what SCUF does. These are replaceable, but not as easy as you think. And I don't own one because SCUF never wanted to send me a demo unit, if the subreddit is to be believed, their workmanship is atrocious. Don't know this to be true, just reading what I'm reading. So that'll get you, that's the $199 variant for the Reflex. Moving over to the Reflex Pro, now you're up to $229.99 US. What is the difference? Well, it's designed to live up to its name. However, it includes this non-slip performance grip. That's right. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get some non-slip performance grip. As you kind of look through the press here, you got the remappable paddles, the profile switcher, and the adaptive triggers, just the same as the other one. And I don't know how well these photos actually show it. But yeah, there is, if you look on the inside layer here, you see how it's black. It says the word SCUF on it. Well, this is also black and says the word SCUF on it, but this is I don't know why I keep stupid drop down. I gotta go all the way around. Here we go. Oh, it still pops up. You see down here where the D-pads are, you see this color. I'm moving my mouse like a madman so you can see it. Look at that, and then look at this. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So that is your performance grip, which when you wrap around this grip with your pinky finger, and I guess potentially your index finger, although your index finger would be somewhere up here on the top. I don't think they have a good photo of the back of this, do they? Oh yeah, it comes up around the back too. You also see a little bit of texturing here as well in the paddle. That is what the difference is going to be, a rubberized grip. Just food for thought, the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller features this exact same grip all the way around the front and the back, just like this one does. Go Xbox. I know I'm a Sony pony. That's the odd thing, right? Then lastly, you have the SCUF Reflex FPS, which comes in even additional colors. You got a blue variant and now a red variant, which will run you $259.99 US. So what does the Reflex get you that the other 2 don't? Well, let's take a look. For the committed first-person shooter, Reflex FPS is the SCUF for you. Designed to take precious milliseconds off your reaction times, we combine the SCUF innovations you know and love with the paddles, the grips, blah, blah, blah. However, they now include hair triggers. I can't even highlight. I wanted to highlight the word. Instant triggers replace the adaptive trigger and removes extra weight from adaptive trigger and rumble weights to provide a short mouse click action for ultra fast shots. An added benefit of instant triggers is how light they are. With Reflex FPS, you'll have the controller nobody wants to face. So basically what they have done is the hair trigger, and this is, again, not to sound like a broken record, this is exactly what the Xbox offers as well. They have a nice picture of it. Here we go. The hair trigger, basically, instead of having to pull the trigger all the way down to register a click, you just have to pull it down a little bit. Now, they've showed a little icon here. I assume it comes with a key that is adjustable. Every game registers this differently. But basically, instead of having to pull this trigger all the way down, you just got to pull it down just a smidge to get that initial shot. Now, on certain games, and I think the reason they're branding this as an FPS controller, as I mentioned, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, perfect examples of having that dynamic kind of control where you pull the right stick or the left stick down halfway to do one action and then pull it down the whole way to do another action. Obviously, this would not work for that, and I think that's why they branded it as an FPS controller initially. However, you're going to be able to adjust these so you can get off faster shots. The idea is if you're doing a rapid fire or even a full auto, it doesn't matter. The moment from you pulling down is going to give you a faster response time. That is what the difference is on this controller. It comes with all of the features of the Reflex Pro controller, but includes adaptive hair trigger. And I'd also like to point out again, you know, my beloved Xbox Series X controller, the Elite Controller Gen 2, does the exact same thing. It has 3 separate presets for normal mode, half mode, and then a very aggressive mode. Now, I will give SCUF the advantage here. I assume, as with all other SCUF controllers, there's going to be a hole somewhere where you turn the key to actually adjust a spring in this area to raise or lower it. The Xbox doesn't do that. They're just 3 preset settings. You cannot change them. So I will give them the slight nod here. I'll give credit where they're due. But if you are interested, it's not going to be cheap. It's like, look at the price here. This, you got to pay the shipping, you got to pay the tax. And then, by the way, and I can't even go through the store, unfortunately, because they just want to tell me they're sold out. But you can pay extra for different types of buttons. You can pay extra for different types of finishes and paints and a lightweight module where they rip out the motors so there's no feedback at all. They will customize the stick. You can make one stick taller or shorter. They could be concave. They can be convex. There's a lot of customization to be done here, and they are going to charge you. So when they say starting at $259, that's exactly what they mean. I would love to have SCUF or somebody who knows SCUF to help me get a demo unit of one of these. I am dying to try it. I have yet to try a SCUF. I fell in love with the Microsoft controller by picking it up at the store. I need to do the same thing here. And unfortunately, SCUF doesn't sell at storefronts. So this is a big investment. So if you are interested, unfortunately, as of the time of this recording, 9:28 p.m. on December 7th, 2021, they are in fact sold out. However, I know they're going to be back in stock. There's going to be more coming early next year. And honestly, what's the big shooter right now? Anyway, it's going to be Halo. And guess what? Halo's on the Xbox. So I don't think people are buying this for Vanguard. I don't think people are buying this for Call of Duty, or I'm sorry, for Battlefield 2042. However, keep an eye out on the site. I'm sure you'll be able to score one if you want. For me, it's a maybe. I've heard a lot of bad things about SCUF. I think this price point is ridiculous. I would think that by the time you customized the controller you wanted with the features you felt you needed, you nice faceplate, all of that kind of stuff, I think this is going to run you $300. I don't think people have $300 to spend on controllers. I don't think people want to spend $300 on controllers, but I'm just one man. I want to hear your opinions below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found this video informative, and I will post a link to this in the description below. I forgot to mention that at the top of the video. That's it for me. Take care, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.